Hi, I'm Mike Litton. The testimonial you're about to hear is from Aggie Cortez. Aggie Cortez and I have known each other for over 40 years. We actually went to middle school together, high school together, and she's actually a client of mine. Her and her husband, Chris, I've worked with for a number of years in any sort of real estate issues or challenges that they had and needs that they had. They called me a few years ago and we took them out and showed them some property. They wanted to move downtown. We represented them in the purchase of a property downtown. They're super happy with it. And here's Aggie talking about working with us. So Aggie, thank you for joining me. I just have a couple of real quick questions for you. I know that you and I and Chris have worked together in the past. In fact, I think you're in the place that we represented you on when you bought it, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
would you take a second and describe what it's like to work with me?
Wow. We've worked with a lot of different realtors in the past, however many years. And honestly, working with you was the most honest situation we ever found ourselves in. We
Wow.
weren't questioning your judgment. We weren't questioning your knowledge. It was the fact that you knew what you were talking about and you were not trying to paint this picture of perfection. It was this picture of reality. This is the reality of the situation that you're in. And we felt very comfortable with that because there's so many times in this world that you get upsold a bill of goods and you come back with the bill of goods and it's not what you expected. We knew exactly what we were walking into before we signed the escrow papers. We knew exactly the kind of building, the kind of neighbors we were going to have, the kind of neighborhood we were going to be in. We knew everything about it. And it was a lot easier knowing that you were in our back pocket to ask those critical questions, because these are questions that people probably their first or second time, they don't ask.
It's true. It's absolutely true. That's
And
very kind of
luckily,
you. That's very kind of you to say. I appreciate it.
So go ahead.
I tell people all the time that I'm not going to tell them what they want to hear. I'm going to tell them what's true. And by the way, it might sting, right? And I'm pretty sure I shared that with you and with Chris.
Oh, absolutely.
I want to make sure, and and you know this, I'm very passionate about making sure that you have all the information that you need so that you can make a decision and feel comfortable about the decision you've made. So
correct.
I thoroughly enjoyed every minute of working with you guys. You know that.
It made the decision very easy, outside of the fact that my husband had to compromise on the one thing he couldn't have, which was a patio, and I just said it's either this or no patio.
Right.
And he was 95% there. It was that 5% he had to give up.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a whole lot. It was just that was one of his wish list items. But in the end, we got everything we wanted.
Yeah, that's cool.
Kind of thing.
I'm
So
glad you guys are happy.
Yeah, we're totally happy. We don't plan on leaving here anytime soon. I mean, eventually we'll probably want a one-story somewhere on a plot of land instead of elevators, but we're good.
So here's the shameless plug question, right?
Okay.
If you knew somebody who was looking to buy or sell, would you recommend us?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, I recommended a friend of mine a few years ago to you. Yeah. Remember Andy? Andy came to you. And he was quite pleased, as his family was quite pleased. I think they had a number of properties that they were doing stuff with, and he was completely pleased. And so that actually perpetuated itself into a chain where everybody in my office has your name, so they know that when they're ready, that they know who to call. As well as my neighbors, who is your realtor, who did you work with? And I'd say, hey, Mike Litton. And they they go, well, how can I get a hold of him? I said, seriously, he's got YouTube videos, go look him up. You can tell his personality from the stuff that he's done in the past. That is what you see is what you get with Mike. There is no fluff and stuff. There is no big sell, big ideas. He's a straight shooter. It's as simple as that. And I appreciate that in the industry you're in, because there are a lot of fly-by-night realtors, and unfortunately, some people get stung.
Yeah, I agree with that. Well, thank you. That was very sweet of you to say. So that's Aggie Cortez, one of our favorite clients and one of our favorite people, period. If you're thinking about buying or selling, or you know somebody who is, give us a call today, 760-522-1227, 760-522-1227. 1227. We'll take amazing care of you, just like we did Aggie and her husband, Chris. Hope you have a good day. Take care. Bye-bye.